Hi Chris, welcome back for Boothy Bites doing the March wrap-up. Wow, I cannot believe how fast this year is getting away from us. Any idea where it's going?
Well, no. It's all a blur and a rush. I've just had to sit down and figure out exactly what I did in March because I completely forgot. But anyway, and look, you look wonderful, by the way. I seem to be wearing my sailing shirt and I haven't kind of prepared for this meeting. But anyway, ready to roll.
Yeah, you look amazing. All right, so let's talk interest rates. So you actually called the pause on the cash rate that the RBA did. So congratulations to you. The RBA proved you not to be a liar, which must feel pretty good. So interest rates.
Firstly, I think it's just blind luck, but I think, look, secondly, it's a really, really crazy change of events. The systemic problems which kind of were started with the bank in the States, I think it was one of the tech banks over there, had some real bad problems and ultimately kind of folded. And then subsequently, we had all the issues around, challenging the viability of other big banks, in particular Credit Suisse and things. All of that sort of uncertainty and volatility in the markets for banks and debt markets in particular really changed the forecast and the future of our interest rates in our money markets. And what we actually saw was the futures, or the 2, 3, 4 years interest rates which the markets forecast and predict, they collapsed and dropped incredibly. So in the first sort of 2 weeks in April, we saw nearly 60-70 basis points reduction in those interest rates, which went from sort of 3.6%, which is the interbank market rate, down to 2.8. I think it was about 2.8%. So again, the real big shift in sentiment, and part of that was real big push on banks. And when you've got lots of volatility in the marketplace, lots of uncertainty, we've got some struggling consumers right now with consumer confidence. We still haven't seen the impact of all of the increases in interest rates to cool off our inflation. All of those factors are, for me, I just felt that we were due a pause just to wait and see, what the actual numbers come through over the coming months look like, and then the RBA will figure out whether it needs to do a little bit more or less. And more importantly, like the growth and sentiment for growth across the globe, in particular the main economies in the world, is quite gloomy. They do believe that some countries are starting or at the start of potentially a recession, which is always troubling. And when we see a slowdown in growth, then the next interest rate move potentially is for interest rates to go lower to stimulate activity. So the RBA is in a really, really difficult situation, hence sort of this pause. But like you said before, it's a real great time for clients to go, I can actually now open my bank account, find out what my rate is, and know it's not going to change in the next 2 days. So it's a good time to have a bit of certainty and go, what are the repayments going to be now?
Yeah, awesome. And so what about lenders and lenders' interest rates at the moment?
Yeah, so again, that's quite interesting because we've seen some really good rates. There's a lot of competition out there, right? So we've still got the cashback rates. We've still got the competitive interest rates. Clients are getting special deductions at their existing lender. We're getting people fighting for better rates at new lenders and things. So really, it's a hot market for that refinance market because really that's all we've had for quite a while. So the mums and dads buying property and buying investment properties, that market has been quite cool and not being as energetic as probably a couple of years ago. So really the main banks are fighting for the same deals, and that's driven interest rates a little bit lower, and also these cashback and refinance things. In light of those forecast interest rates being fixed rates, the 3 years and the 5 year interest rates have actually come down now. So potentially, it might be worthwhile thinking about hedging some of your money on a fixed rate loan. Again, depending on your personal circumstances, but those fixed rates have actually reduced now, which is the first time in quite a while. So interest rates wise, plenty of cashback offers, plenty of opportunities to seek better rates. And again, really, this is a great time sort of in this pause to review your rates and then come see, your broker and sort of have a health check. I think that's probably the best thing. Whether you need to move or not, we can make that decision at post review. But plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, great. And so it looks like you've been a social little butterfly throughout March, especially in the partnerships world, flitting here, there and everywhere. So who have you caught up with recently in the partnerships world?
Yeah, it's been a great month. a big part of my job is actually catching up with good people. I've worked with many of these guys and girls for a long time, and they're trusting us with referring us clients and things. So I took a trip down to Melbourne. I saw Michael Leonard, who's been a lifelong friend and client, so had a catch up with him. Also Catherine Cashmore, I think she's been on the Just Jackie show. She's fantastic, so had a catch up with her. 𝐂𝐚𝐤𝐿 down there as well. So that was my Melbourne sort of day. I think it was a day trip down there, and I managed to get a beer in the Mitre, which is my favourite Melbourne pub as well. So boom, tick the box. The following week was I've been very, very gracious to be invited to the 𝐻𝐸𝐻 Block National Conference. Brody, who's the CEO, Russell Scott, they invited myself, Tom and Donnie, who are in our co-op arrangement with 𝐻𝐸𝐻 Block. We were able to spend 3 days with the district team, the franchise team, talking about the ancillary services and benefits of utilising our advisory platform. So financial planning, mortgage broking, property advice, etc. So, that was really good to meet those people and get closer to the clients that they're supporting. And quite kindly, Dan Brown from Coastal Advice was up in Brisbane as well with us, supporting that as well. Tom from My Money Sorted, Donnie from DMC Property. So that was a really busy few days as well. And then I think Newcastle, I went to Newcastle to see our good friends at Third Eye. So they're actually building one of the largest properties in Newcastle city centre called Dairy Farmers. And again, Andrew and I are long-term friends. In fact, Andrew went to school with one of the principals there a long time ago in Gunnedah. So maybe hook him up for a story about a Gunnedah day. But so we caught up in Newcastle with those guys, and I popped in to see Coastal Advice Group as well. And then lastly, one of my favourite ones, we had lunch with Lorraine Chun from Princeton Lawyers and her partner Ben Shepherd as well. So Lorraine does some great work from a conveyancing perspective for our clients as well, and supports us with clients who need debt advice. So crazy busy March. Was it March?
March. Yep.
But too much partying, drinking and socialising, so I probably need to lose a few kilos.
I was going to say, what do you do apart from socialising? It doesn't sound like you have time to do much more.
True.
Very impressive, the amount of people you get to see. So what's news at Lydian HQ? What's going on there?
So we had the recent additions to our operations team. So we've got the lovely Faye, Grace and Terence joined the team, so we've got that's cool. And wait till next month, because we've got a surprise with some pictures and things like that. But great team over in the Philippines in Cebu in partnership with Virtual Business Partners. So that's the team which is growing. But on the broker front, we're really excited to have two really cool guys have joined the group. So we've got George. Now I think it's Papadopoulos, is that?
Yeah, I think so. I had his profile up before. Oh goodness, sorry, George.
Oh, sorry, George. It's a Greek name anyway. George the Greek. Okay, but George is a fantastic mortgage broker.
There we go.
Papadopoulos. Yeah, I knew it was Papadopoulos. See, I got it. But anyway, George, he really feels a great opportunity and a hole for our face-to-face or local broking in Canberra and that region there, which is wonderful. So Andrew's got some great financial planning businesses over there. We've got the 𝐻𝐸𝐻 Block offices that we want to support. We've got a new partner which is coming online now, a life insurance business which George can support that network as well. So George has got a good business himself. So his personal brand is Fetch Loans, which is beautiful, and he's going to be supporting the Lydian work in the ACT. And then secondly, we've got Christian Grima, who's joined us in the Sydney office. Christian joins us. He's got some good experience behind him. We want to look after some of the growing and new partnerships we're getting in the Sydney office here, which is cool. So he'll be working out of 75 Pit with Andrew and I. So be very distracted, I'm sure, by Andrew and myself.
Especially in that office.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh, well, we had you here. There you go.
I was going to say, I've seen that wine cupboard. It's full.
It has to be, yeah. Well, on that note, just quickly, we've got our first inaugural pool competition happening tomorrow night, which I'm really excited about. Again, we'll take lots of pictures for you, but I seem to have a very large delivery from Dan Murphy's, the Wing House, and the Cheese Platter House coming shortly. So I'll be catering and wining and dining tomorrow night too, with Andrew as our consummate host.
Yes, the hostess with the mostess.
Totally.
And so as for Just Jackie, so I think last week we had our partner video go live with Brett Warren being the National Director of Metropole. And I know coming up we have a partner video going live with Stella Norberti from Absolute Wealth Advisors and also John Hill from Murphy Hill. So there's a lot of action happening with the Just Jackie video series, and pretty good if I do say so myself. But if you're watching this, one of our partners, if you do want to jump on board the Just Jackie video series, just reach out to us because we would love to have you on. We want to showcase the partnership, but also your business in the best light possible. So contact either of us if you do want to jump on the Just Jackie video series.
Excellent. And look, I love it. I think, the fact that you're interviewing these guys and girls, I think it's a really cool thing. Secondly, learning a bit more about their businesses and then showcasing that is wonderful. And, look, again, I'm so privileged to be working with them and their clients. It's unbelievable. It's a 2.5 year journey now. And yeah, it's so exciting. We're growing. We've got some great partners. We've got some great brokers. We've got a wonderful operations team. We have the wonderful Just Jackie. Yeah, great month. So yeah, wait till April.
Yeah, bring it on. All right, thanks so much, Chris. We'll see you all soon for the next Boothy Bites.
See ya. Thank you.